Harav Moshe Wolfson is the Mashgiach Ruchni of Yeshivas Teira V'das, and he has a very, very big kehillah in Borough Park. He's one of the Gdei Yisrael here in America, and he's very, very close to Lubavitch. He probably would be considered the Lubavitch Chassid. And he comes every year to Miami for a few weeks, sometimes a few months, and he comes to Yeshiva and he speaks to the Bochrim, etc., etc. And the Rebbe was very much mekarev him, very much miyaker him. The Rebbe would always ask him that he should write Chidush HaTorah and bring it to the Rebbe. Once he was standing in line. Usually he didn't stand in line when it came to dollars or lekach. So once he was standing in line to get lekach, and when he came over to the Rebbe said, you're also standing with all the kids. It's an expression that we say by the Aliyah, the kids get on Simchas Torah. So the Rebbe used that expression to him. And the Rebbe was very much mekarev him. So I once asked him, what is it that made him actually to become a real chassid of the Rebbe? He saw a lot of meifsim from the Rebbe things, but there's one thing he said that made him to become a chassid. And this is what he says. He used to go every year to Eretz Yisrael for a few weeks. One year, he had a relative, I think it was a grandchild, who was very sick. And he went then to Eretz Yisrael, and his place where he stayed was right next to a shul that wasn't even used. It was a churva shul, not the famous churva shul, but it was a shul that was not used and it was empty. So he said at night when he would learn Krishma Shalamita, he would go and do it in that shul. Why? Because during Krishma Shalamita, he would cry a lot at that time because he felt so bad for his grandchild who was sick, so he would cry a lot, and he didn't want anyone to see. He didn't want even his Rebbetzin to see. So he'd go to that place and say it all alone. And he says mainly, when he would say Krishma Shalamita by the words, Leiv Nishbar V'nitke L'kim L'sif, that that's where he would cry a lot. That's how he felt. He said that's what brought him out to cry. And he would repeat it many times. He would say the pasuk over and over again and crying, asking Deibish to have rachmanis on this child that needs a refuah. But no one knew it, not even his wife, not even his Rebbetzin knew, because he did it all alone. After he finished his stay in Eretz Yisrael, he came to New York. He went to the Rebbe for dollars. And by dollars, he asked the Rebbe for a bracha for this child, for his grandchild. So the Rebbe said to him, gave him $1, and the Rebbe said to him, B'shas it's the kavoner, leiv nishbar v'nitke, Deibish der helft. And when he saw that, he said, no one knew that he had a special kavon and a special stress on this pasuk, leiv nishbar v'nitke l'kim l'sivze. And the Rebbe just pinpointed it like that. He says, this mamish, he didn't know what to say. And that made him become a real chassid of the Rebbe.